Hello there, Internet. Version 2 here with Let's Play NieR. Today, after freeing Kaine and reading a absolute, veritable fuck ton of backstory about her and why she is indeed best girl, we're going to continue with the back half of the game that we've already played. We're going to get the 5 keys again and go to the Shadow Lord again. But, I just want to point this out now. There are differences as we go through this. It is still very much worth watching because different things will happen as we go through. So, still stick around because we will see more backstory and more character details and everything. Hi, I kind of thought you'd never talk to us again. It's bigger than your Popular. It's about the whole damn village. Regardless, you should talk to Popular. I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you. I can do that. And also, yeah, sorry about yesterday. I flew off the handle. No, you didn't. It was our fault in the first place. Oh boy, was it. Hey, the puppy dog, hello puppy dog. That I can... It looks like I'm kicking the dog around. It looks weird. Oh boy, is it their fault in the first place. You go around, like, I really appreciate that you start the second playthrough, and very quickly you get the thing of if Devil and Popular are to blame for all of this and how much NieR wants to, like, be violent towards them, and it's just like, oh boy, if only you knew. If only you knew. Again, I believe I mentioned, but I'm not 100%. Did I mention it or not? I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, because I've lost a little bit of track of what I haven't mentioned. The whole, like, they said they wanted to start until the next generation, but they didn't. Or they wanted to wait until, like, this generation of replicants got old and died, and then the new generation of replicants began. And there is a reason why they chose this generation. And it turns out that they picked it and then helped facilitate it and then fucked up and couldn't finish it. So, yeah, it is their fault. And I know there's a reason why they chose now instead of later, but I don't exactly remember what it is. I want to apologize for stop. Don't you dare. You have every right to be upset. I understand why you did what you did, even if I don't agree. Trying to protect the villagers. It's not your fault. Well, I still feel terrible, just so you know. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us. Oh, right, yes, about that. And the lost shrine. Yes, we were first discovered. Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it. Entrance is sealed off. So take a boat, and then we get the fast travel on the boat, so we get that instantly. It's like, there's a lot of parts of this beginning half of the game that feel very much designed around the fact that when you go back to it, it's not super frustrating and annoying. But also works, like, when you go through the game for the first time around. Love everything, be careful. There will be dialogue that I will skip that doesn't matter too much in this playthrough, because it doesn't matter. When we get to, like, the story plot bits of just, like, when the sad things happen, and, like, when we kill everyone in the area, and when, you know, Fiora died, when we get to those points, I won't skip those things, but that dialogue is just, oh, they're arguing, whatever. I don't know if it's explained in Grimoire NieR, or if it was explained somewhere else. There's a particular reason that the Shadow Lord wanted this to happen now, and like, overall, the Shadow Lord doesn't care about actually finishing Project Gestalt of making all replicants fuse with all of the Gestalt. Overall, the Shadow Lord doesn't care about that. He cares about Yonah, and I believe I want to say the reason that it happens now is because since Yonah touched the Grimoire NieR at the beginning of the game, she's become a Gestalt. And she was one of the people, like many, at the beginning of the Gestalt process, who started relapsing immediately. So the people who then got the Shadow Lord Gestalt NieR and used him as a basis for the rest of the Gestalt program, so the rest of the Gestalts wouldn't relapse instantly, in return for Gestalt NieR's cooperation with that to help facilitate the whole not everyone dies, they offered to, I believe they put Gestalt Yonah into stasis or hibernation or something to stop her from relapsing. And it's just like, we'll do this and we'll help your daughter if you promise to help us help everyone not relapse. He's like, it's for my daughter, so yes, because I do everything for my daughter, because that's the type of character that I am. And I want to say, like, that part, I know that's 100% true. That's kind of hinted at in some of the dialogue that we get.
The lost shrine is at the other end of this cave.
And the Shadow Lord's castle lies just beyond.
Hold on,
Let us make haste.
Make haste! So, yeah, like, all that's true, and it's hinted in the Gestalt, Project Gestalt documents that we get of facilitate the cooperation of, like, the original and things like that, yada yada. I want to say the reason that the Shadow Lord tries to do this now is because Gestalt Yonah, even in, oh, by the way, new cutscenes. We're getting entirely new cutscenes. So, yeah, this is very new and very important. This is Gretel and Hansel, the two who are protecting Grimoire Weiss at the beginning of the game. And remember how we killed one of them, and then the other one we kill later when we come back here? Okay, what we're about to do now. Yeah, remember how, like, all shades are humans? Yeah, so that's super important for this playthrough. Who are you? Go away, dirty defective swine. Defective because they're relapse shades. Unlike Gretel, who is actually not relapsed. I'm not like you, I'm different. Yeah, Gretel hasn't relapsed. The bosses that were Hansel and Gretel, the ones that were protecting Grimoire Weiss, yeah, they hadn't relapsed, which means they still have consciousness. So there's that. Like, a lot of the shades who have relapsed, and they say they attacked the replicants, a lot of them have lost their human consciousness. Not all of them, though. There we go. Yeah, ours an imperfect solution. Reason to expect some positive results. And testing on selected subjects. It doesn't work. They're fine. So, yeah. So, I believe that, yeah. Gestalt Yonah is in hibernation. And even though she's in hibernation, she gets to a point where she continues relapsing. To the point where she's almost either fully relapsed or it's clear that she will eventually fully relapse and they can't wait any longer. So, Shadow Lord is like, we need to do this now or my daughter's going to relapse and die. So, Devla and Poplar, as facilitators and helpers of the Gestalt process, say, okay, well, we want to wait till later because we actually do give a shit about these people. This NieR seems pretty damn tough. Let's wait till the next one. And Shadow Lord's like, no, we're not waiting till the next one, otherwise my daughter will die. So, or fully relapse. And then at that point, all is lost. And it's like, okay, we'll do it now. And that's why they start the whole thing of, well, white chlorination syndrome is gone, so it's safe to have Grimoire Weiss and Grimoire NieR combined. We'll have NieR go get Weiss, and then Weiss can fuse with the Shadow Lord after getting all the sealed verses, because that's why Weiss needs all the sealed verses, so that once Weiss fuses with NieR, it will actually cause the Gestalts and Replicants to fuse together and do all that. And Devil and Poplar try and make all this happen to try and, you know, bring them all together, and they fuck up. They're unable to actually make Grimoire Weiss fuse with Grimoire Noir, and oh yeah, transition and sleep mode is proceeding smoothly. That is the last people going into that, and then just leading it up to Devil and Poplar to take care of it. You again? Stop bothering me. Grimoire Weiss has been taken away. Hansel is dead. There's no reason for me to exist anymore. My life is over. Just leave me alone. You. And then there's details there. But we'll, as we go through it, we'll see more details of the story of Hansel and Gretel. I believe a lot of boss shades are named after fairy tales. The one in the area, I believe I even mentioned it while fighting it, the one in the area is called Wendy. Because Peter Pan. I think it's Peter Pan. Is the girl in Peter Pan Wendy? I think it is. And we're going here. And shades! Fight shades that you now know are humans! And in a display of this game having linear narrative harmony, kind of. I mean, it's linear narrative harmony in a very non-typical fashion, because it's linear narrative distance, but the gameplay doesn't match the story. So, you go through the game for the first time, and if you don't complete every side quest, and you don't overpower the speed, so you're not a super high level, it is difficult. I mean, even when we're going through this area, it is difficult to fight these shades and to fight the bosses. And, like, you do have to do a number of hits to them. And now, in New Game Plus for this game, they do not increase the difficulty of enemies in any capacity. No, the enemies are not increasing difficulty whatsoever. So, now that you know that you're killing humans this whole time, when you know that you're kind of a monster and you're kind of being a dick for killing all of these shades, now it is an absolute slaughtering of them. You defeat them incredibly easily, just to drive home the point even more so of how terrible you are. Because at this point, it's clear, it's like for this playthrough, the ones that you're fighting don't stand a chance against you. They cannot fight you. And which just helps drive the idea of you're kind of a monster for going through and killing all these people even more so. To mention, it's a neat little lure narrative harmony thing by having a new game plus that doesn't increase in difficulty. That doesn't increase the difficulty of the game. I really like it, obviously, because I'm talking about it right now. Yeah, it's very much a game where you play through the first time, and you get like little bits
Which
of
is
just...
all too easy.
Yeah, how...
I'm almost disappointed.
Almost... Oh yeah, and yeah, I believe I mentioned it after we found out that shades were humans in the previous playthrough. But yeah, they're little ones like this, they're little because they're kids. You'll notice, and you probably may have noticed as we're going through it, the items that a lot of them drop are like broken wristwatches or pendants or anything. And what are the small little ones drop? They drop lunch boxes, coloring in books, because they're kids. And fuck. Yeah. Again, to drive home the point, even more so of just, what a horrible, horrible monster you are. Yeah. And, just make you feel bad for killing all these things, which you should, because you're killing a bunch of humans. Like, a lot of them don't have any consciousness left, and they're like operating almost purely on just sheer action, like instincts kind of thing like that, like they've completely lost their consciousness. A lot of the shades are like that, yes. But they're still humans. They're still pretty much like you. And some of the ones that you kill, like Hansel and Gretel, as we can see in these cutscenes, haven't. When you killed Hansel at the very beginning of the game and got Grimoire Weiss back, yeah, the person who you killed who was protecting Weiss was completely conscious the entire time. And it's like, well, fuck. So, and part of, and like, I'm grateful that you don't have to play through the entire game again, like from the very start again. To do this, we're playing through a very small portion of it, roughly 40% of the game again. And we're so incredibly powerful this time around that it's really easy. So it's not even difficult to go through the game again. Turn back, turn back. So yeah, you know how
Who are these
it said
guys?
playthrough B was from Kaine's perspective. Yeah, it wasn't just that we got her story, we're getting this as well. Look at Kieran. First time I've heard Tyrion's voice. Don't know. I was trying to do Tyrion's voice there. But yeah, that's Tyrion. So yeah, it wasn't just from Kaine's perspective because of that backstory. Kaine's half shade, and Tyrion's inside of her too. Kaine can understand the voices of shades, and she has always been able to. Hey, Conacera or Conacera. Yeah, Kaine has always been able to understand shades. The entire... Oh, it looks like she jumped through a door there. Yeah, she's always been able to understand shades. She's been aware of what shades are ever since the start. She still hates shades because, you know, shades killed her grandmother. She still hates them, but I mean... She's been able to understand their thoughts and their voices the entire game. But she has to power through that and kill them all, partially because she wants to kill Shades because Shades killed her grandmother, and partially because, as Tyrion said, go out and I'll fuse together with you and I'll keep you alive, and in return, you go out and we will kill a bunch of things everywhere. But if you ever go soft, I am taking this body back. So if Kaine doesn't want to lose control of herself and still wants to, you know, be her and not have Tyrion just completely take over her body, she needs to continue being a ruthless killing machine the entire game. Because the moment that she stops doing that, Tyrion takes control of her body. So, even though Kaine's been able to understand everything the whole time, yeah, she still completely goes along with killing all the shades because she has to or she loses her body. But it isn't just because of that. She does also still hate shades. Like, it's not just she reluctantly is doing it so she can survive. She also admits that she wants to kill shades. But that's just the mindset that she's in because of what happened to her grandmother and everything. So, yeah. Kaine is best girl, but I mean, she's also a touch heartless because of this thing. So. And hey, just look at like all these enemies and how much we had to fight all these things before and survive, and just kind of tearing them apart now. Just my Phoenix Spear and its single dash that I've got for that, and just yeah. It's a very, very different way of doing New Game Plus, but it works for thematic reasons, so I very much dig it. And then, oh hey, it's a boss! Bye! Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, and up to the top of the castle we go. Just tearing through them. Just tearing them limb from limb, quite literally. But that was a boss one. And one jump dash attack killed it. I mean, again, I'm still actually over-leveled because I 100% the side quests. And I did, like, some item grinding, so I did kill a lot of enemies. And I think the item grinding that I did still got me 2, 3, maybe 4 levels. I've treated you all poorly. I mocked you, betrayed you. All because you went Gestalt before the change was complete. So I don't know if it's because he was calling them Gretel is she, I think. Is Gretel she? I think Gretel is she. She's I don't know if she was calling them defective swine because there were kids who went Gestalt, or like they've like changed their shape because of the way they went Gestalt, or if they've relapsed, but it's something. But after all this, I think I can understand you. I think we can speak as equals. This makes me very happy. I hope we can spend the rest of our life. What was that? It was the person who came and killed Hansel. Is coming through the castle again. Yay! Don't you feel good? Don't you feel good about what we've done here? Don't you feel good for going through and slaughtering all these enemies and having such a massive hate towards them and just wanting to kill them?
Emil, I want you to... Look, I'm sorry,
Well, I mean...
right?
Sorry for what?
I'm going to talk to the villagers. I want them to let you in.
Oh, it's no big deal. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to it.
Yeah, see.
Well, you shouldn't be. It's crap, and it needs to change.
I wish everyone felt the same way. It's alright, really. I like camping out with Kaine. It's kind of fun, in a weird way. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast...
Emil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
And again, as I mentioned, how it's... I'm looking for weapons, even though I have them. It's designed so it makes sense.
We seem to be surrounded by a mob of
Helpless puppies, and how fucking appropriate is that? Kick them aside. Like the words that you use of just like helpless puppies, kick them aside when they're fucking human. Oh, get off here. There we go. And But yeah, but that they have that dialogue of NieR trying to be like super helpful and compassionate towards his friends and wanting to do what he can to help them because he cares, because he's nice. And like on your first playthrough, it's just like, aw, NieR cares about his friends and he's doing the best to like help everything together. Aw. And then in the second playthrough, it's just like, oh, he's talking about how much he cares about his friends on his way to go murder the last person. He's basically coming back to finish the job. And it plays into the whole idea of NieR cares about what's important to him, and everything else that isn't can fuck off for all he cares. Like, his daughter is the main thing he's going after, but his friends are also important to him too. And if things get in the way of that, they can fuck off and die too. Don't you touch them! So, like, Gretel was down here, and we went up there to do that. Oh, yeah, and remember how we cut off Gretel's arm? Yeah. Damn you!
What's going on? There's dozens of them!
And look, all the ones that were speaking before. Stop, they can't defend themselves.
These are creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light. Pathetic to the end, I see.
Pathetic to the end, it's just,
That stone statue. It's the leader.
I am not their leader. It is I who rely on them. The Shades can understand us. It is they who saved me. Because they still spit, because they were humans. Stop hurting my friends.
Oh, you're funny.
Hey, Tyrion.
I'm gonna start crying here.
Yeah, because Tyrion's still, like, Tyrion's a Shade, but some stage it just sticks. But yeah, the Shades understand what humans say. Like, Shades understand what humans say because they used to be humans. They're just, because they're in this form, don't have the capability to actually communicate with people. Also, I am going to change my weapon because I will actually do too much damage with the Phoenix Spear. So, I am quiet because it's appropriate to use the weapon that we had as the Gestalt NieR, as we fight a bunch of Gestalts. And now why we were able to go into that, and it's like a memory of the past. That side quest makes a lot more sense now. Bonk. Ugh. And yeah, again, as the whole, you're actually the monster and you're actually kind of the evil one, and you go through and you're just slaughtering these enemies now and just not like tossing them around. And it's so easy to fight them now because you're actually the evil one here. But there's so much about this boss fight in particular that works for the first and second playthrough. Those are my friends.
Oh, this is one stubborn son of a bitch.
Damn it!
Hey!
You ain't feeling bad for this freak, are ya?
I don't even need to defend. Like, I do.
Turning back now.
Yep, ain't no turning back now.
You gotta lust for blood. You gotta embrace the slaughter.
And yeah, Kaine's still not a great person.
Ain't that right, Kaine?
The only thing I know, there will be blood. Well, that's an episode title and a half. I'm not even doing the damage to kill the boss at this point. Kaine's doing it for me. Fuck. Hi there. See, like, you get this first playthrough, it's just like, oh, you're coming back and you're all as a team and you're all fighting together and like you're doing it, yay. Yeah, Kaine's doing it for me at this point. I think I have to do the last hit to knock them out. Yeah. And then yeah, this playthrough where it's just like you're doing so much damage and ruining them so hard because you're the monster. Oh, just the way it works, like, as a really interesting, awesome first playthrough, like, thematically, and then the second playthrough works thematically, despite very few things changing, is amazing. Like, this moment here, it's like, you've just rescued Kaine, you've got all the people back together, and then it appears as though Kaine fucking dies. It's just like, it's much dramatic in the first playthrough for, like, having a whole team together to, like, go back and finish what you started with Grimoire Wise. And then, boom! Kaine dies. But then this playthrough, it's just like, this Shade is trying to just protect its kids. Kaine! Move, come on, move. And yeah, there's why this one has no timer. We are incomplete, but our friends make us whole. Gretel is trying to fight back, but can't. We are mocked, abused, and hated. But our friends keep us strong. Like, Gretel is trying to fight back here and can't, and you're just to wipe them down. And then this one is just like, you're a fucking monster for doing this. But in your first playthrough, it's just like, they're just standing there. Fucking go into them and kill them because of what they did to your friends. Like, it works so well thematically in both playthroughs, and all they have to do is make you understand the voice of the enemy.
Hurry! Strike it down!
Like, hurry! Even though it's not fighting back at anything. Like, stabbing with an iron pipe looks a bit weird, but hey. And so in this first shot, in the first playthrough of Gretel falling down, like in your first playthrough, this reaching out looks like it's meant to be violent, trying to kill you. Where in this playthrough, it feels a lot more like they're trying to help their friends. Because Gretel doesn't reach for you there. That's why the arm goes to the side of the head. Like, it's the exact same shot. Nothing changes in that shot. There's no even voice that change in that shot. But the context between the first playthrough and the second playthrough completely changes it, and it works for both. And again, that's the whole thing that Yoko Taro was trying to do with this game, is that any action, no matter how horrible or evil or anything, can be justified with the right perspective. So they literally give you two different perspectives in two different playthroughs, and they make the gameplay match the feelings you're meant to feel for those.
For you, sunshine.
So yeah.
Kaine!
So yeah, because Kaine's like super dying here, Tyrion has to take over the body to make Kaine survive. Like before, when Kaine was almost dying and then like parts of the body started becoming shade-black so Kaine could survive. We're seeing that again! And we get this scene right after it was explained in that. Like, and like, even like when this happens, thematically, works so incredibly well. Because
Look at Kaine's shade!
when we get this in the first one, it's just like,
Break it down.
like, we just get Kaine back. We got all of this effort to get Kaine back after 5 years, and then Kaine immediately fucking eats shit and dies. And it's just like, god damn it, and it's emotional and everything on your first playthrough. Then the second playthrough, you've just been explained, like, what the shade in Kaine means and does, and how it functions and everything, and how, like, the shade is able to keep Kaine alive a lot by, like, fusing their bodies together. So Kaine is nigh invincible, because taking damage, Tyrion can just heal it by taking over those parts of the body. So when her whole fucking body's dying, then Tyrion takes over the entire goddamn thing. And then in the second playthrough, that happens right after you explain that, and it, like it works in both of them, and it's like, oh, it's so good. I think I need to shoot you down. So I'm doing it. I mean, even my shooting attacks are doing absurdly high amounts of damage. Like, look at this shit. Like, look at this. Oh, no, ow. Oh. Like, even this is doing a lot of damage to me, though. There's just so many bullets. Ah! Like, I actually still need help for this one. Like, the shade's barely gonna... Like, Gretel could barely do damage to me. Most of the basic enemies actually, like, is... Like, the amount of damage they do to me is actually unnoticeable. And... I tried rolling kill. I don't even... Wait. I don't even have... Because I'm in a second playthrough that hasn't even been set, of course. There we go.
Stay your blade. Magic is required against this foe.
But they're on the ground. Iron pipe!
Oh dear.
Oh dear. I'm still not 100% certain why
Kaine!
beating the crap out of Tyrion controlling Kaine's body brings Kaine back.
Kaine.
I'm still not 100% certain of. I don't know why this... Like, does it just knock Tyrion back into the subconscious while Kaine takes over the body again?
I couldn't hold it back.
Like, yeah, you couldn't hold Tyrion back, but...
We're always always going to be together, Kaine. If you transform again, we'll just stop it again, as many times as it takes. I don't care how tough it is, we're gonna get you back. I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kaine. I'm able to ignore my appearance and keep going because of you. I'm weak and sad and lonely, but somehow you make me strong. You're my friend and I need you, so you can't go away.
And it makes so much sense why Kaine, like, emotionally connects with Emil after learning that story. I mean, even in your first playthrough, where it's just like, Kaine's half shade, so she kind of understands. And then you learn the backstory of how much she was bullied through through her life, and how much her grandmother was, like, doing everything for her, like, telling her to not be ashamed of her body and everything, and who she is.
I'm alright.
And then she finds someone who feels the same way she did when she was a kid, and then she helps them through it. Like, she's kind of taking the role of her grandmother, but more as a sisterly figure, because, I mean, Emil literally says that he sometimes confuses Kaine with a sister. And hey, look, it's the entrance to the Shadow Lord's castle. That thing we were in, like, 2 episodes ago. And we'll see in 2 episodes from now, likely. Hey, Kaine! Hey! Mysterious stone fragment. I have no idea. How remarkably useless of you. Let's go ask Popular. Dick. I'm gonna take a drink because I've done a lot of talking. Just let the music play. Like, the way they do a second playthrough in this game is so awesome and fascinating to me. Like, your second playthrough is extra perspective on what you're seeing, but it's so good. I love it so much. Can you determine its meaning? It's the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle, and we need all of these ones. I wrote it all down so you can understand. It's called the Stone Guardian, and it's the Stone Guardian is the person that you killed. Yay. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well. Sacrifice, Law of Robotics, Memory Tree, Loyal Cerberus, and the Law of Robotics. Memory Tree might be the Forest of Myth. Sacrifice and Loyal Cerberus, I don't have a clue, but we find out. Want to fill in the woods, we just run around killing every big monster we find, right? Oh, splendid. By all means, let us undertake a murderous rampage. Kill them or they kill us. I mean, like, Hansel and Gretel, straight up, did not want to kill NieR. Like, why did Gretel fight back there? Because Gretel had thought of kill them or they kill us. Kill Shades and save my daughter, easiest thing in the world. How can you be even sure that she's, because she is, alright? Like, Popular is trying to just be like, can you not go around killing every single shade because they are actually humans and you're wiping away humanity? The ones that, like, try and attack us and everything because they're relapse and everything, yeah, sure, but not all of them have relapsed because she clearly knows that. It's like, can you maybe not do that? And also, can you not go up and fight the Shadow Lord, please? And it's when you get to Shadow Lord's castle and you clearly not doing it, it's just like, okay, fine, come here and we'll kill you. Junkeep and Forest Myth, right? I'm on my way. Please be careful. Oh, and about Kaine and Emil. Villagers know how much they're sacrificing, they're thankful. It's just they're scared, right? People can't change overnight. I hurry them along the best I can. Can you give them a little more time? I guess. Get to another goddamn village of people not wanting Kaine there because of how she looks. Going through the exact same shit that she went through back in the area. But notice how when this village get attacked by a giant shade monster, it's like, we've got to do everything that we can to save the villagers and the couple that die. It's like the biggest tragedy in the world. But when we go to the area where it's not our village and we kill every single person there and we start cutting the villagers down because they're shades, and then when a shade does that and we kill every single person in the village, it's, well, we did that. No turning back, I guess. Again, perspectives! Yay! Head for the Junkeep. Popular said we might be able to find a key fragment in the Junkeep. Perhaps we can find a clue at the 2 brothers' weaponry. So, I'm not going to end the episode right now, because I want to see if I can knock out all 5 of these keys in 2 episodes. So what I'm going to do, for the rest of this episode, we will go around and do the first half of the places that have halves. Like, from memory, we go to the Junkeep, we do one thing there, and then we go back to the Junkeep when we get a letter, so we'll do that. I believe there's 2 halves to the Facade as well, like the wedding and the killing of the wolf at its den. I mean, you can do those 2 in a row, but I'll do the first half and then do that. So the next, like, just do like the first half of the ones that have halves. So then when we get to the next episode, I can just get all 4 keys at once. because this playthrough does not need to go for as long as the first one did. It really doesn't. So hey. And ending an episode at 35 minutes when we've done very, very little. Nah. Hi there, Shades. How are you? Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Just kill all the humans. Old school book. See, yeah, because they're kids. Get it? You're doing everything you can to this. Like, it's just the field roaming with kids. He's going along and kill them. I mean, they are trying to attack you too, but I mean, that. Like, there are definitely ones that have relapsed, and they, like, even the Gestalt documents mention this. It's like some of them relapse and start attacking replicants because they've completely lost their humanity. They actually, like, aren't human anymore. It's like, I mean, you can still possibly, I guess it's like, okay, it's not, like, great that we have to kill them, but I mean, like, those ones you physically can't reason with because they have actually lost their minds. But I mean, Hansel and Gretel were able to, like, fully human, and you just don't kill them. And it's like, NieR can't understand them, so NieR can't communicate with them to know that they're human, to know that they're physically conscious breathing things. So yeah, there's also that. But again, with the whole thing of he understands exactly what the Shadow Lord's business is at the end of the game, and refuses to accept that, you know that even if he did understand, he wouldn't give a shit. His final speech that he gives when he's fighting the Shadow Lord at the end of the game proves that. And also, Kaine could explain that, by the way, these things are conscious breathing things. I can actually be a translator for you if you want. But if she does that, then she gets overtaken by a Shaker's Tyrann. Now we get this great cutscene again. Oh no, this is a different one.
Where'd they go? Get him! Don't let him escape!
No, this is a different one. I thought this was the one where Gideon or Jacob, whichever the older one is, dies. But this is a different one. Are we gonna die, Mom? My child.
There's something over there!
You're almost grown up now, my child. Stay strong. You must run now. Do you understand? What about you? I'll challenge them. That'll give you time to escape. You can't. Be safe, my child. Be safe and happy. Promise me that you will remember your mother. Yeah, Shades have feelings. Shades have a lot of feelings. Why, Mum? Who's there?
Who are you?
I'm Khalil. What's your name?
Military Defense Robot P-33. You are an intruder. You must be eliminated. Error. There is something leaking from your eyes.
I'm crying, you big dumb robot. I miss my mom.
What is crying? Who is Mom?
Doesn't matter. I can't ever see her again because she's dead.
My creator is also dead. He perished hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of years ago? Really?
874 years, 10 months, 14 days, 4 hours, and 43 minutes. 44 minutes.
Aren't you lonely?
I am incapable of being lonely, or missing others, or crying.
I'm crying because I don't want to die.
You will die.
If the humans catch me, they're gonna kill me.
Why will they kill you? I will not permit the humans to kill Khalil.
Huh?
Military defense robot P-33 will protect you.
You're gonna help me?
P-33 is charged with defending others. P-33 will defend Khalil.
Oh, hooray! Thanks, robot. And since we're friends now, I'm gonna call you Beepy. Robots can feel emotions. P-33 was clearly feeling emotions during that cutscene. Starts with "you must be eliminated" to "I will protect you." Yeah, it's not just like the big shades that have conscious things, though. Khalil and his mum look like pretty normal robot, like, no, it's not robots, look like pretty normal humans. There's
There's
percent I
gotta
thought
be
it was.
tons of machinery here.
Yeah, but I don't know how much we can actually use.
Oh wow! Check this out. It looks brand new.
Now watch this. Watch
Hey,
very carefully.
Be careful there.
Details I didn't point out in the first playthrough. Hi there, robot. P-33.
Fine.
He slips on an iron pipe, which causes other pipes to roll back,
Look out!
which is what causes this to collapse. The robot had literally nothing to do with it. The robot didn't even scare them to run away. Gideon ran forward and tripped on a pipe, which caused it to knock over. It is 100% Gideon's fault. And also this part of his arm ripping off, and then that's what makes Gideon tear his arm off later. I mean, that would be incredibly traumatizing. That would be incredibly traumatizing. And hey, look, it's P-33 standing there watching. Not trying to do anything, just watching. Like, P-33 didn't even, it's not even like P-33's appearance scared them to make them cause an accident to happen. It's 100% what Gideon did. Wow, that was scary.
The noise of the intruders caused the structure to fail. They should have proceeded with more caution.
Well, I mean, it wasn't the noise, it was him tripping on something. I feel that is a mistranslation, but yeah. They should have proceeded with more
One
caution.
intruder has perished.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't think they were chasing me. They seemed nice. And they admit this, it's like, we didn't want to, like, they were intruding here, but we didn't want to hurt them at all, because they weren't trying to hurt us. So yeah, the whole thing about Gideon wanting revenge on the robots, Gideon fucked up. It is 1000% Gideon's fault that his brother died, because he was the one who fucked up and tripped on the thing. I didn't want to point that out in the first playthrough because it kind of takes away from his whole revenge thing. I mean, he's like, they still point out, it's just like, he goes fucking crazy because of revenge. But it's in this playthrough where you realize that his revenge is 1000% misguided because he just fucked up. But yeah, because of the trauma of tearing off his brother's arm, which would, yes, be incredibly traumatic as one of the most fucked up things. Yeah, he tears off his arm because of it.
Hello again.
And hey, you got your older brother's voice. You're the little one, aren't you? You've grown. How fares your brother? My brother has been dead for 4 years. Forgive the question. It's okay. I need to ask you something. What is it? Heard any rumors about shades around here? Not the little guys. I'm looking for ones that's unusually big and strong. Which the shade of this area is tiny and a kid. No, I haven't heard about anything like that. But I haven't really been listening. I just want to destroy robots. Rip them off. Okay, well, never mind then. Sorry to bug you. Wait, yes? I recently got my hands on a weapon, a very powerful weapon. Thought you might get some use out of it. Two-handed sword, iron-willed. There we go. Do we not already have this weapon? Shh, these things happen the second time around. This sword has seen better days. It's pretty beat up. I mean, there's potential, but it's fairly powerless right now. Can you repair it? Can repair it with the proper material. If you fix it, I'll get the parts. I'm so glad I decided not to throw this out. I'm gonna need some memory alloy. Real big enemies on the second basement level have them, so watch yourself. Here's the passcode to get down there. Use it on the elevator. You got it. I love that. It's just like, don't we already have it? It happens. Shut up. And grab the mouse. Why? Because let's kill more living beings while we're at it. Oh. Medicinal herbs everywhere. Actually, I'm not full on health. I should probably grab that. Not that I particularly need it, but just to double down and double make sure. And the whole thing of, remember how they were angry at the robots for killing the mum, and I think the robots did kill the mum, but she was down there because she was fooling around with some guy. Obtains memory alloy.
Shame about the older lad. He was but a child.
He died protecting the only family he had left.
Can I just go back now when it's finished? It said obtains memory alloy, so because I've already got them. Can I just go back now and do it? Do I even not? I may not even need to go through it. I mean, if I don't have to, I won't. Because I've already got it, so it might just be like, oh, obtained it because you walked into the area and you already have some, so never mind. Because I'm fairly certain you can't get memory alloy until you go down there. I don't think the enemies on the higher levels drop it, so you can't get it like in the first half of the game. Yeah. Okay, ready? What's a shit?
A large seagoing vessel that carries freight and passengers over bodies of water.
Yay! You're so great, BP. You've learned so much.
Have taught me much, Kalio.
Emotions.
Have helped to expand my vocabulary. You have instructed me in the ways of the outside world.
Well, there's tons of stuff I don't know either. Maybe we should leave here and go explore the world.
Our friends.
So yeah, you think that you're going through here and killing a shade, which you think doesn't have emotions, but you're also killing a robot, which they're robots so they don't have emotions, but the robot that you kill for this area does indeed have emotions still as well. It's gonna be fun. The robot that you kill as a boss fight for this area still has its emotions, so you're still a monster on 2 levels instead of just 1 when you thought it was none. Like, part of you, like, if you want to say that hiding that information about the, like hiding the dialogue from other characters because your character can't understand it, that is 100% fair, and I don't think you can call that out for being bullshit. Hiding the cutscenes like that behind a second play, where it's like, well, you couldn't have possibly known the first time around. It's just like, well, that's cheating. How the hell was I supposed to know that the robots had emotions, or that Hansel and Gretel were talking, or like, we're gonna give up on life? How the hell was I possibly supposed to know? It's just like, yeah, it is a bit unfair that they hide those view from a second playthrough, so you don't know what you're doing. But that's the whole point. The whole point is that your perspective of things can justify actions to you. You, as the player, think you're justified in killing all of these things because you think that they're thoughtless robots. They're not, but your perspective is that they are, so you can justify it to yourself. So it's just like, yeah, it is a little bit cheating that you don't realize these things until later when you've already done it and you couldn't have possibly known it the first time around. But that's also kind of the point, thematically. That's some pretty impressive stuff you found. Yeah, I won't charge you for it either since you helped me out. Well, actually, this is going to take a little more time than I thought. No sense in you waiting around. I'll send you a letter once it's done. That'd be great. Laser's going to upgrade the second iron will that I gave him. Seems we have some free time on our hands. Let's go speak with Popular. Maybe Popular has some information. Let's go speak with her. Let's go do that. So, if my memory serves me correctly, which it very, very possibly doesn't, because what determines, like, what events you do in this half of the game is weird. Like, you're given options to go to different areas. To go, I want to do this one, then I'll do this one, then I'll do that one, yada, yada, yada. You're given those options, but if you do certain things, then you're locked into finishing, like, one of the keys before the others. The way that it works is very, very weird. I mean, you'll eventually get them all done anyway. It's fine. It's just trying to work out how do I do them in a specific order that I want to do them in gets a bit weird, because I don't remember the exact specific, like, if I, like, going back to Popular now, I don't know if that means I get the choice between the Airy and Facade. Like, I don't know if that gives me both the letter from the Airy about we've got a shop and the letter from Facade of we've got a wedding, or if it only gives you one of them, and it locks you into whichever one appears, or whatever. I don't remember the exact ways that it works, because it's goofy like that. But if I go back there now, she can just be like, there's a letter from the Airy, and they've got a thing. And then I might be locked into doing the boss fight, the Airy, next, without the option to do any of the others first. Because you can be locked into one choice, and you can't do the other choices until you do that one. It is really weird. Like, overall, it works in terms of actually going through it. It just makes it hard to try and do things in a specific order. I remember having that thought process in the first playthrough, because I wanted to make sure I did the Airy last, because the Airy is the one where you're most clearly evil, because you kill an entire village for it. Like, I didn't want to do that and then have, oh, Gideon then goes crazy, or, oh, the Forest of Myth, or, oh, the wife dies and then you go kill a wolf. Like, I didn't want any of those to happen after that. Like, I didn't want any of those to happen after you killed an entire village. So it's... I remember, I think I don't even remember because it was so long ago, because the way I record this is bad. I don't even remember if I did the Airy last in the first one. I don't remember if I managed to get that working. I think I did, but I don't exactly remember. I hope I did. Pretty sure I did. But yeah. We're villains and we're evil, yay. Okay, we're not evil. Okay. I could go either way. Hi there, Popular. Ah, you're back. Have you heard anything about the Shadow Lord's key? Real hard. Lord Service, my friends who don't never say anything would fit the bill. Keep trying. I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can to figure out the key. Oh, and by the way, yeah, click me at your house earlier. I noticed you had some mail. You might want to check it out. Thanks. So we get a piece of mail here, but we get a piece of mail from Gideon saying, your shit's ready. We get a piece of mail from the Airy saying, we've got a shop. And you get mail from Facade saying, we've got a wedding. And I don't know what happens. I think you might get a letter for two of them, like the Airy and Facade, and then you choose between the two. And the Forest of Myth. And once you do one of them, then you get the Junk Heap one. I mean, if I go there now and the Junk Heap is available to do now, I might do that just so all the Junk Heap is done together, but I don't believe it works that way. Where if I do get the option of doing the others, I'll do Facade, because Facade is split into two halves, and then I can do one of those halves this video and the other half the next video. That is... I mean, it has mail flying in and out of it, but it's not the mail box. Official notice! Here is the wedding! Get over here! King is getting married. Looks like the old boy's become a man. We haven't been to Facade in a while. We should pay them a visit. So I do that, and immediately I'm locked into Facade. Well, that's the type of thing that I mean. Is that we do this, and it's like, immediately, now we have to do Facade next. Like, we don't get an option to go to the Forest of Myth at this point. Like, I think even if we walk... I think I even tested that in the first half, where I walked to one of the places... Like, when I walked to the Forest of Myth after having this option, and I couldn't do it, because the people didn't want to talk about the plot until we did this section. Again, it's really weird. Like, I went to the Junk Heap before I went to the Forest of Myth. So because I did that, I now can't do the Forest of Myth until after I go do this first part of Facade. It's weird. Like, it gives you options to go, like, choose... like which area you want to do next, but different things can happen to lock you into different options, and like I didn't really have a choice to go to Facade. It was just like, I'm locked into doing Facade now. Although actually no, after I did the first half of Junk Heap and I got the option, it was go speak to Popular and go do the Forest of Myth. So I guess I did have the option there, and because I chose Popular, it was just like, well, you've chosen Popular, so you clearly don't want to do the Forest of Myth just yet, so that's fair. That makes sense, I guess. It's still weird. It's still weird how it locks into different things. And hey, cutscenes. Hey, it's a wolf! And a wolf shade! The bosses of this area. Hey, you know how we can understand the voice of wolves? Yeah. They turned our beautiful forests into this. No, my brother, we dare not. We cannot defeat these humans in direct combat. Have faith in me. I know they can learn to live alongside others. I know it's well. Yeah, the wolves are pissed because their forest they used to live in is a desert. It is a bit strange that wolves were in the desert of all places. You're right. That is something that it seems weird to not even question once the first time you're playing through this. But yeah, that's why there's wolves. Why would wolves be in a desert?
The scorpions look kind of like shrimp, if you can eat them.
Indeed you can. Long ago, people
Hi,
would build
wolves.
food stones where they impaled the creatures on skewers and fried them whole.
And we fried them on a
How do
barbie.
you know that?
Who can say? I do not know. Some portions of the past are inexplicably clear in my memory.
Like cooking a ham on a fucking barbie.
What was that hussy?
We call them prawns, and we don't barbecue them. I find that so weird. Like, throw a shrimp on the barbie is one of the most well-known Australian phrases across the seas, and we don't call them shrimp, we call them prawn, and we don't barbecue them. I've been to a lot of like family barbecues where people will cook all different types of things on a barbecue, and I've been around a bunch of people who are at those things who actually eat prawns, and I've never seen them cooked on an actual barbecue. Some people do it, but for the most part they'll cook it either in oil or like fry it or something like that. It's not barbecued. It's like like thinking that, oh yeah, you like you don't barbecue them, cook them otherwise. It's like, yeah, whatever. Okay, that's like you can make that mistake. It's just like whatever. But the fact that we don't even call them shrimps is just hilarious to me. Look, we don't call them shrimps. Why is it in Australian? I just find it funny. I find it personally entertaining. Yo, King, I'm here for a wedding. We're just doing a lot in this video because this playthrough does not need to persist for 10 fucking videos. You came! It's been so
Your
long.
days of bachelorhood are coming to a close, King.
My deepest sympathies. I'm just kidding. You'll love married life.
Typical older sex. It hurts to hear jokes, but it's like married. Poor you. When my country is currently having a fucking like national survey done by the government, by the fucking Post, about asking everyone, hey, do you reckon gay people should be allowed to be married? And we've got fucking skywriting in the sky above Sydney today saying vote no. Fuck this country. Fuck you, Australia.
Forgive my prying, but we are all eager to know the identity.
And then we
of the
get
lucky
these people
bride.
just being like, poor. He's like, I'm joking. You'll actually really enjoy it, but it still has that extra sting at the moment of hearing the marriage sucks jokes. Forgive my pride, but we're all eager to know the identity of your lucky bride. Hey, Fira. How nice to see you again. It's Fira! Hand
You have grown
wave.
into a fine example of womanhood. I am sure you will make a splendid queen.
Impressive, and progressive of you, King, to date someone who is
Kaine's
mute.
gonna want to see this.
Indeed. But I'm truly glad to see you all. Did you know that my bride threatened to boycott the ceremony if you did not come? Are you Emil?
To make your acquaintance. Congratulations on your wedding.
Yeah, we didn't even have Emil in the party when we first came here. Because Emil joined... I've mentioned this before when it first happened, and I still mention it because it's weird. Right before the first fight with the Shadow Lord in the library, and like Emil's just like, no, we're friends and everything like that, you can't leave me. We get Emil, like we meet Emil literally directly before that. Like the episode and the plot thing before that. Like we met Emil, like the mission after we met like Weiss and Kaine might make a bit more sense, like before we go to Heap and Facade and everything. But it's literally right at the end. Like, cause Kaine, like, even after that, Emil doesn't join our party immediately then. He's still just like, oh, thank you for helping with this. I'm gonna stay on my castle. So he doesn't even need to join the party. You could just meet him way earlier, but... Like, you meet him once, and then he's just like, comes to the village. You've got to run, something's coming to kill you. And then he's just like, no, we're friends. You can't do that. It's just like, it's so weirdly close together, but... Thank you.
I'm sorry Kaine's not here.
Isn't she at the door? Let me guess, she's outside, right? What nonsense. The girl knows she's welcome here. I insist that you stay with me tonight as honored guests of the royal
How can we
family.
refuse?
Yeah. I really like Facade. It's a goofy town and it's loud, it's weird, but that makes me like it more. Which I think I'm meant to. And how after you help them, it's just like, you need rule 0 to be able to get rid of rules, and after that, you clearly have started, like, ruining the whole rule thing, because when you go talk to the shopkeepers, they're just like, as per rule, oh, sorry, what, how may I help? And you clearly just, like, started ruining their culture forever. Hey, look, it's a wolf running. Go, Shade Wolf, go, Shade Wolf. Hurry, one of our brothers is caught in a human trap. Why would they hunt us? Like, yeah, because they admit it, like, the wolf admit it, it's just like, no, we can't defeat them in direct combat. They'll learn to live alongside us peacefully. And then they still turn around and hunt. And then they... Flea-ridden curs, better clear them all out. Can't let them spoil the king's wedding, eh? Yeah. So even one of the possible bosses that you thought was just like, well, I mean, you are just killing them, like, it's not like you're killing an entire village or you're killing Hansel and Gretel where they live in there. It's like, no, the wolves were actually peaceful too. The reason that shit started between the wolves and Facade is because the world was turned into sand, and then the wolves were kind of annoyed about that, and then after that, the humans started hunting down the wolves. And also, I believe it's meant to be that those two scenes that we just saw, and same with the two Hansel and Gretel, like, cutscenes that we saw before that, they're not happening immediately before this. Like, they're happening in a time space. They just show them when it's thematically appropriate. I just understand why they have a rule governing timing or temperature. They don't have any rules about flying books. Kaine, what's wrong? I don't like this. Weddings are festive occasions. You know, should I even be here? Slip a few profanities in the ceremony to make you feel more home. Shut up, boss. I'll ask a serious question. Runs on rules, not prejudice. And besides, the queens owe you her life. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I guess. Procure a new set of lingerie for festivities. Keep talking. Like, don't mock her clothes, because the reason that she has her clothes is as a way to express her femininity, because she is insecure about her femininity, and also to hide the parts of her body that are shade, because she doesn't want to look at them. Like, at this point, I don't know if they look like human skin or not, or whether they, like, if they either don't, and she just wants to cover them up because they look like shade, or they do look like human skin, but she wants to cover them up because she doesn't want to look at them because she knows it's not really hers. I can't remember. It's one of the two. Can't sleep? Wedding's so exciting, I may not sleep for days. You're the one getting hitched. Yeah, I know. Although let's get married someday. I mean, if I can find a girl who doesn't mind what I look like. So what was your wedding like? Did you have a huge feast where you made lots of toast? Was there dancing and just bears on unicycles? And a long time ago, Emil. Would you ever have another one? Alright, it's enough weird questions. Go to sleep. So it's confirmed in an interview with Yokotaro afterwards, which makes part of this conversation make more sense and part of it make less sense. Emil's gay, and he does have a crush on NieR. So the whole would you have another one is meant to be him. It's just like, he's still looking forward to it, but then it's just like, if I can find the right girl, but that might just be him covering up the fact that he's gay. But yeah, Emil is gay. Like, he's confirmed he is just a gay character. It's just never brought up during the story because it's not important, as it should be. Hey, oh right, I meant to go to the door. You just can't see it because of the blinding white light. I think it's an important question. Yeah, it's Harvest was weak again this year, and the people are beginning to go hungry. And our quarrel with the wolves is taking a turn for the worse. Duties of a king are overwhelming. In truth, I feel somewhat guilty about holding a festival to celebrate my wedding.
In the bad times is the mark of a true leader.
Even though the quarrel with the wolves is your people's fault. I don't know if it's the king's fault. I don't know if the king said, go, like, the way that those two killed the wolves was just like, well, the wedding's gonna happen at some point, so we better fucking kill these wolves just to make sure.
I couldn't have spoken better myself. Your people deserve a moment of rest and celebration.
I guess that's true.
Better when he has something or someone to fight for. Trust me. This is a subject I know well.
Yeah, because he's become a significantly harder fighter in the second half of the game when he's around killing to save his daughter because he thought it was kidnapped as opposed to the first one was to say like, killing because my daughter's sick. We should make that a rule. Something to fight for. I like the thought of that. Some of them becomes weirdly prominent later on with what happens, and my health bar and magic bar hovering above the city of Facade, weirdly. I feel like that might also be something that I mentioned in the first playthrough. That as well. So just in the sleep mode, yada yada. I kind of wish that all these loading things you could get as documents. Like when you see them, you get them as a document, so you can read through all of them, like with the diary and the Gestalt ones there. Because there's a lot of Gestalt ones there that are kind of important, like once you know what it is. Oh yeah, hey, dead wolves. So this is back to when they were originally killed. Or more of them are being killed now, actually. That might be it. But like, we get this right after the king is just like, our quarrel with the wolves is taking a turn for the worse. Cut to the wolves fucking slaughtered and dying. The poor doggos, like it's a dog in pain and dying. Multiple of them with the spears stuck in them. Be strong, young one. Fight. Can't get the spirit. So I don't know whether the wolf shade is a wolf that actually underwent the Gestalt process. Maybe this dog touched the book at some point, or whether it's a person who like became a wolf Gestalt or something. But yeah. So we've got like the 3 wolves alive at the back and a lot of it. What have we done to earn such wrath? Some of the ones that are not completely dead yet. You're right, we move to knights. The humans will pay for what they've done. So this is like right before the wedding. Yeah. But yeah, the king turns around. Our quarrel, the wolves taking a turn for the worse. Cut to the wolves, who are mostly slaughtered. And the wolves originally weren't going to, like, the wolves turned around and said, we should kill the humans, and the leader was just like, no, we can't take them. They'll learn to live alongside us. I know it. Cut to the people of Facade killing off the wolves because, well, they don't want to ruin the wedding.
Oh, nice! A wedding! Flowers everywhere.
And everyone dancing.
Everyone's happy. It's great. I'm kind of jealous. Aren't you kind of jealous, Kaine? Come on.
They're all spinning around, dancing everywhere. Hey, advisor. I hereby seal this union with a kiss. Always hard for me. It's always hard to kiss my wife. Wedding celebrations, yeah. Throwing flower petals everywhere. It truly is a life in the sands. These are the moonflower seeds that I had to grow for them. Kind of. I mean, they look like the petals off the moonflowers. I don't know how they grow that shit out of the sand, but yeah. The wolves are coming. Because you killed a fuckload of them. Rah! And the victim is someone who had nothing to do with it. Because again, the wolves aren't 100% in the right. Because the perspective and things, but yeah.
That wolf is a shade.
The very and I killed one here. You raped our forests and poisoned our streams. And now you slaughter our young. We will abide your existence no longer, mankind. But yeah, the first human victim, someone had nothing to do with it. You'll atone for your sins with blood. But then again, the young on the wolves had nothing to do with it. Like, do you turn around and kill our young? We'll turn around and kill your fucking queen who has nothing to do with it, because that's what you did to us, you assholes. I actually don't have to do anything. My party is strong enough as it is. Like I can hit the wolf and just do so much damage. Yeah, see? Then the wolf realizes, I still can't fight you. We're fighting out of desperation, but I still can't fight you. Will bide your existence no more. Tries to fight. Is fought back. Can't do it.
さて久しぶり決戦
改ざん草地蜂我
And what you think is just like a tragedy caused by animals being violent was brought upon by this village to begin with, because they're the ones who went out of their way to start killing the wolves in the first place. Also, I think this is the only time that Fiora uses her voice in the entire game. It's amazing how much this cutscene lines up with the cutscene that we just saw of what the wolves were thinking. But they had it first because the humans attacked them first.
ラックルトデクゼルガンツイカラツグキテテカイゼムタエキウサカイゼラオットときてソードリリスダカイ
Pretty much the same as the wolves. The king's grief is strong. I doubt he will stand down at this point. I think you're right. Sooner or later he'll go charging into the wolf's den. When will we let him go by himself? Of course not. We must prepare for the fight. It'll not be an easy one. I know. What's next? Head for the forest mirror, see if letters arrive from the younger brother, or go to meet the king of Facade. I don't even have the option of the area here. Okay, so that'll be it for this episode. I know it's a weird place to cut it, but so the next episode, we'll actually go to the Forest of Myth, because we'll get that out of the way quickly, and we'll go do the King of Facade stuff later. We might find something in the Forest of Myth. Yeah. But yeah, as I said, we're gonna, we'll get the first half of the, all the different ones that we can out of the way, and then the next episode, we'll just go get the keys from all of them. So we'll knock out the Forest of Myth pretty quickly, we'll go get the letter from the brother to see what's down there. We'll go with the king to fight over the wolves, and then we'll go to the area to blow it up. Like, all of those individual things are actually pretty short, so getting those all done in a single episode won't be that bad. I just had to do a lot of preparation in this episode to make sure that could all happen. Man, it's great. We're very much heroes. We're awesome. We're the best, and we are good and strong. Fuck off, buddy. There's one right here. There it is. Like, I can't. I should be looking at the map to see where the scorpions are, so I don't walk over them. Hi, wolves. Hi there, wolves. How are you? But yeah, like, so you get Hansel and Gretel, who it's just like they're like living things, but still cut them down, whatever. And then it's just like you get the junk keep, where it's just like, well, it's a fucking robot, so who cares? It's just a fucking robot. Nah, the robot has feelings. Too bad. And then it's just like the Facade. Well, I mean, Facade is just a bunch of wolves, right? So who cares? Oh no, the wolves have emotions and feelings too. Nah, fuck you. You're still evil. Like, the Airy on the first playthrough, which is why I want to do it last, is just like, you're clearly in the wrong here. Like, you're unequivocally in the wrong. You detonated a town. But the Lost Shrine and the Facade and the Junk Keeper was just like, I mean, you can be like, well, it's not a great situation, but I mean, we're not in the wrong. And then it's in, so it's like, no, you kind of are. But I still appreciate, like, and again, it still works in both playthroughs, because in this playthrough, it's just like, you're realizing, oh, I'm a fucking monster. But even in the first playthrough, it's still just like, it subverts typical tropes of just like, you go to all of these places, you go to all of them, and you help things. It's like, you go, like, save the King of Facade, and you go to the area, and you kill the giant lizard thing that's attacking the area, you go to the junk heap, and, like, you fight the big, like, boss robot that's down there. That makes it a bit more dangerous to, like, explore for goods down there and everything like that. And you go to, what's it called? The castle. Oh, the castle doesn't really count, because that's, nothing traumatic happens there, but that's why you don't have to do it twice. Not the castle, the laboratory. Emil's laboratory. Where it's just like, on the first playthroughs, you go to those places, and you solve the problems, and you do the things. Well, in the first half of the first playthrough. And then you get the second half, and it subverts things. It's like, shouldn't I be going back to these places and helping everything again? And you leave most places, and through your actions or not, most places are worse off when you go through them a second time. Like, in the second half of the first playthrough. It's just like I went to the junkyard, and they were driven mad with hay. And then I went to Facade, and they were driven mad with grief. And then I went to the Airy, and I blew up the town. Why am I making everything worse as I'm visiting them? And you already get that. Then the second playthrough is just like, you're straight up an actual fucking monster. Like, it's just, I am impressed with how well, thematically, all of these, like, last sections work for a first and second playthrough, despite the context for the two playthroughs being so different, but what actually happens in them isn't. It's so impressive to me. It's so well done, and I love it. Even though you feel really guilty for killing these things. So on the next episode, we'll just knock it out of the park, and we'll get 4 fucking keys at once, because why not? So until then, this is version 2, signing out.